Sports bettors, I just locked in a bet worth over $200 in profit margin. I'm going to run you through it. This is the most incredible bet you'll ever see in your life, okay? So I'm on the Mets team total over 4.5 runs at plus 115 odds. Mets team total for $3,000. I think this is the best bet available. And the reason is there is an 8% profit margin. This is a positive EV bet with a profit margin of 8%. This game starts in like 40 minutes. We're earning an 8% return on capital, which is the return of the stock market in a year. We're earning in one bet. So we're going to go through it and how you can literally walk through the math and prove to you that this bet is worth 8% profit margin and $239. That's what we're going to go through in this video. So let's get into it. So kind of as a gut check on what is positive EV betting, if you're new to the OddsJam YouTube, really, all it's about is using data to inform your betting decisions, right? What makes sports betting so fascinating is every bookmaker wants to be unique, so they all set lines independently, right? You can see for the exact same bet, the Oakland A's money line, some sportsbooks are offering plus 300, betting 100 to win 300 in profit. Some sportsbooks are at plus 360. That's obviously a lot better. I'd rather bet 100 to win 360 in profit. So just very logical sports betting is sportsbooks have different odds, so you should be comparing them to make sure you're getting value, right? As a sharp bettor, we're always looking for value. The market's dynamic. Sportsbooks are always slipping up, and it's our job to find those profitable betting opportunities. So you can see right here, the top bet available with ridiculous value is the Mets over 4.5 team total. We're getting it at plus 115 odds on Caesars. FanDuel's pricing this at minus 120. DraftKings, Pinnacle, and BetOnline minus 110, minus 120, and minus 112 respectively. So most sportsbooks have the over for the Mets favored, and we're getting it at plus 115 odds, right? So we're getting a ton of improvement in the odds, which is enough to beat the vig, beat the juice, and have a profitable bet. And we can quantify that profit margin as we, I've done in other videos, and there will be a video in the end screen kind of breaking down how to actually back out your profit margin mathematically. But another way you can think about it is just by looking at the best price on the Mets under 4.5 team total. So what you'll notice is this bet is an arbitrage bet. So if you've never heard this term, all arbitrage means is risk-free profit. And it sounds a little too good to be true. So I'm going to break down to you why arbitrage is possible and what it means, right? So because these bookmakers have different odds, which you can see right here, right? Sportsbooks set lines independently and they charge the vig, right? That's how sportsbooks make money. They have all their own independent models setting lines, and they're trying to keep everything in check as they take bets and stuff like that as players get injured. And sometimes they slip up. Sometimes they slip up so big that you could bet on one side of the market, as in the over on one sportsbook and the under on another sportsbook, and guarantee yourself a risk-free profit. So you can see right here, the Mets over 4.5 team total is plus 115 on Caesars. The Mets under 4.5 team total is minus 102 on FanDuel. So we bet the over for $3,000 on Caesars right here, right? So what you'll notice is like, wow, this calculator, which is called an arbitrage calculator on OddsJam, on the arbitrage betting tool, what it will tell you is, hey, this is how much you should bet on the other side of the market to guarantee yourself a risk-free profit of $193. Then you could add it to your bet tracker if you wanted to. So what we can do is kind of go through this math. If we follow this calculator and we say, we just round a bit and place $32.50 on FanDuel and $3,000 on Caesars, here's the respective odds, we can calculate our profit depending on if the game, how many runs the Mets score. So the Mets are obviously either going to go over 4.5 or they're going to go under 4.5 runs. Like it literally has to be one of the two by definition. So if the Mets go over 4.5, so they have 5+ runs, our bet on Caesars will win. So our profit is $3,000 we're betting, right, at plus 115 odds. So our profit's just going to be $34.50 on Caesars. If the Mets go under 4.5 runs, they have 4, 3, 2, 1 run, we're going to lose $3,000 on Caesars, right? Now on FanDuel, if the Mets go over 4.5, our under loses, so we're down $32.50 on FanDuel. So you'll notice when the plus number is greater than the minus number, you make risk-free money, right? If the Mets have 0 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to $1 billion, you're making a risk-free profit. And if you follow this calculator exactly, the arbitrage calculator exactly, it'll keep your risk-free profit the same, right? But what you'll notice is you can go through the math kind of yourself and just kind of back this out, for yourself. This sheet I'll keep in the description. But, if the Mets go under, we lose $3,000 on Caesars, and our bet on FanDuel wins, which is just $32.50, staked at minus 102 odds. So $32.50 times 100 over 102 is our profit, and we're earning $186.27. So in both cases, we earn $200 risk-free. So this, by definition, proves to you that you can make money sports betting. We could literally bet on 2 outcomes. We could bet on equal and opposite outcomes, the Mets over and the Mets under, and guarantee ourselves a risk-free profit. So by definition, one of these bets has to be positive EV or have a mathematical profit margin. So then you look at the rest of the market, the rest of the data in the market, to determine which bet is profitable. And it's the Mets team total over 4.5, right? That's the clear line discrepancy. And as a data-driven sports bettor, this is the sharp pick we want to be on. So that's what I ended up locking in. And again, I've been tracking my profit and loss on all these plays. We're up $3,300 roughly. Hopefully we can keep it going. And this bet has a profit margin of $240. So if this is a new concept to you, arbitrage betting, whenever there is an arbitrage bet, you know that there has to be a positive EV bet. One of the bets, by definition, has to be mathematically profitable. If you can make a risk-free profit betting on the over and the under, you can make a risk-free profit betting on Utah State plus 7.5 and Southern Utah minus 7.5. By definition, one of these bets has to be positive EV. It's just your job to figure out which bet is positive EV. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's make some money. Here we can see another arbitrage bet. You can make a risk-free 8%, right? The stock market returns 8% a year with tons of risk. This is a risk-free arbitrage bet for the Yankees-Red Sox game tomorrow at 7:10 p.m. So you can earn a risk-free 8% return on capital in a day. Pretty insane. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's make money.